Hello everyone, Dwayne Kimball here again, owner and founder of KMD 89 VA Claims Consultant, Leave No Vet Behind. And I'm bringing you another educational video as it pertains to the VA disability compensation claims process. And today I'm going to be discussing an email that I received last night from the VA stating that they will no longer be accepting DBQs, disability benefit questionnaires, from private physicians for veterans. I checked their website last night and today, and those DBQs are no longer listed on their website. And I'm gonna read part of the email, I think two sections that are very important that I want to discuss today. So the first part is, it states, we are safeguarding against fraud. In the past few years, we have seen a growing industry of individuals and companies marketing the service of completing DBQs for veterans. Some have provided honest, valuable service to veterans. However, VA has made hundreds of referrals to the VA Office of Inspector General of individuals and companies who are engaged in questionable, even fraudulent practices that include charging high prices for completing DBQs for submitting DBQs with findings that are vastly different than the other evidence in the veterans claim folder. Also, it is a requirement that DBQs submitted by a private provider must be based on an exam conducted in person. Now, if you remember about 4 or 5 videos ago, I did a video talking about telehealth and tele-mental examinations. This last sentence, also it is a requirement that DBQs submitted by a private provider must be based on an exam conducted in person. In that video, that's exactly what I was talking about. A DBQ cannot be completed using a private physician utilizing telehealth or tele-mental. That's it. That's the information I was trying to convey in that video. So what the VA is saying, that I guess there's companies out there that have doctors all over the country, and veterans pay money, whether it be for an increase or just have a DBQ completed. And for example, if a veteran is in Washington D.C. and they're service connected for PTSD at 30%, and they feel that their symptoms have increased, and they reach out to a particular company or whatever, and they say, yeah, we have a doctor in LA that can complete this DBQ. The examiner calls the veteran back in DC, and they do a telehealth, a tele-mental exam, and then they submit it to the VA. The company gets paid, the veteran gets a higher evaluation. The only thing wrong with that is it wasn't done in person, and they cannot do a telehealth, a tele-mental exam. So I keep telling everyone, you have to become educated on this system. You have to become educated and familiarize yourself with these regulations. And in that last video that I did for telehealth and tele-mental, I put the VA regulation in the description section of that video. And also, I'm going to put a copy of that telehealth, tele-mental requirements for DBQs and examination in the description section of this video. So it's just not, it wasn't just me saying it or not saying it now, it's the VA's regulation, okay? So they're saying that they, somehow they got word that these companies was charging this money to these vets to complete these DBQs, and they were using telehealth and tele-mental practices, and you cannot do that. In some of my other videos, you hear me talk about, I had my private physician to complete DBQs for me. All those were done in person, okay? And I made sure that it was noted on the exam that it was in person, okay? So just be aware of that. I've been getting a lot of calls from clients, a lot of people that had questions that subscribe to this YouTube channel, and just in general, emails, past clients, and everything that I've been telling them, as long as your DBQs are in the pipeline, even if you have a claim pending, that shouldn't affect the DBQs that you had completed by your private physician that the VA hasn't made a decision on, and they're already in their system, as long as that DBQ was done in person. Okay, even my clients, I tell them, if they say, hey, I got a doctor that's willing to do this DBQ, back when they were for public use, I would always tell them, you have to make sure that it's not a telehealth or Tele-mental. It needs to be an in-person exam. Okay. Okay, so again, the second part of this question, will VA continue to accept evidence from a private physician? Yes, VA accepts any evidence that a veteran or his or her creative representative chooses to submit in support of a claim. Okay, so they're still accepting evidence from your private physician, but I even have a question. So what if your private physician took the questions for one of those DBQs and put it on a letterhead for the veteran, and that same information that's in that letterhead from your private physician is information that can be found on that DBQ? Will they accept that? According to the email, they're saying yes, they would. But there's a gray area. You may get one rating specialist that's very hard on veterans and say, nope, I'm not going to do it. You may get another rating specialist that says, yes, I will accept that information. So if so, then that's a chance that the vet is going to have to take and then fight that, if they don't use that information, possibly have to do a high level review. So I wanted to get this video out to you guys as soon as possible, as quick as possible, because I've been getting a lot of questions on my Facebook from members on my Facebook veterans group, current and previous clients, and also a lot of my YouTube subscribers. So, like I said, at the end of the day, there's a lot of VA regulations, and they can impact your particular claim. And when I did that video 3 or 4 videos ago, I think it was the end of February, I kind of saw this coming, because when I started my YouTube channel, I was looking and just wondering, what if I typed in VA claims consulting, what will come up? And there was a lot of videos out there where individuals were talking about VA claims process. Now, I'm not saying they don't know what they're talking about, or they do. I'm just saying there was a lot of videos. And in all my videos, majority of my videos, I'm telling you, make sure you get educated. Make sure you get educated. And this is one of those prime reasons. I had someone call me today and say, hey, I just submitted a DBQ about 2 weeks ago. Should I be worried? I saw your YouTube video. This whole thing about the DBQs being taken down, not being able to be used. And I asked the individual, was it a a Tele-mental exam, or was it in person? He said it was in person, and I told him you should be fine, because 2 weeks ago they were for public use, and as long as the DBQ is completed correctly. Now again, what a lot of VSRs that the VA has been doing, they're not looking at, I don't know if they're not looking at the claim or sending it to a rating specialist to see if the DBQ is sufficient for rating purposes. They're just scheduling a comp and pen exam at and through the VA, which is wrong, because if there's nothing wrong with that exam, that nothing wrong with that DBQ that your doctor completed, why schedule an exam? That's the whole purpose of having the DBQs. Now, again, going forward, there's no DBQs out there on their website. Now, I'm pretty sure there's DBQs floating around out there. I have some blank ones. But if someone was to complete an actual VA form 0992, whatever, for that particular condition, it's not going to be invalid. They're going to automatically schedule for a comp and pen, more than likely, especially if it's an increase. So definitely keep that in mind, okay? Again, I cannot stress enough, become educated. If you're doing business with someone that's, as it pertains to the VA compensation claims process, ask questions. Ask questions. I'm pretty sure a lot of businesses out there are not fraudulent, and they're giving good information, but still, ask questions and educate. In every video, I'm going to use that word, educate. I may even, put up, if I offer a discount code. It's going to be educate, something. If you even look on my website, I use the term don't be frustrated, get educated. So like I said, it's so many VA regulations. They impact your claim differently. Make sure you're covered. You may not know every single regulation, even the rating specialist that's looking at your claim. I'm pretty sure they don't know, but they will go and find it if they need to. They would ask questions from the quality department or their peers. You should be the same way, okay? If something doesn't sound right, if you're talking to someone, 9 times out of 10, it's not. The way you're going to find out if it is, ask questions. Ask questions. It's not what you can say, it's what you can prove. In all my videos that I'm talking about, I always leave the regulation in the description section. So again, today I'm going to leave the regulation as it pertains to telehealth and Tele-mental in the description section of this video. So with that being said, I'd like to conclude that I think, a lot of veterans are being penalized by what other people may have been doing. And it's unfortunate. So don't know if they're going to put the DBQs back, but just know that right now you can't have a private physician to complete a DBQ. So I hope this video helps. If you need a copy of that email from the VA, if you didn't get it, please contact me. Go to my website. At the bottom of the website, my email address is there. Email me asking me to forward you that email from the VA. Like I say, what I read is part of the email that I received and so many other veterans received as well. And I'll forward it to you if you don't have it. If you have questions about it, put a question in the email. If you have questions, also put it in the comment section of this video. I don't have a problem with that because I want to make sure that you get educated, okay? So with that being said, thank you for watching this video. Thank you for your service. Please hit the subscribe button, the notification button, and the like button. And again, please leave a comment or email me with any questions. So thank you for watching this video. Thank you for your service. Please continue to be safe, and I'll see you in the next educational video. Thank you.